This video will be on striking, shadow striking. We're going to start off this one just working with some leg strikes. If you do have a line on the floor that you can follow, this will be helpful as well. So again, the main thing to do with the line is that we don't end up stepping on the line. At the moment that I step on the line or cross over that line, I'm going to be not as well balanced as if I would if I stayed outside. Okay, so you should be able to, so for example with the push kicks, you should be able to shift the weight over, push and come straight back. So again, to execute that lead push kick, we want to shift the weight to the rear leg, push kick, land straight back. We want to avoid having to like adjust yourself. So again, from here, push kick, we're back. Rear push kick, boop, straight back into the stance. Doesn't matter if that's high or low, same technique. Low push kick, high push kick, same back here. Next one will be knee strikes. So again, still with the straight strikes. This one's a little bit more difficult for the balance, but this will really help. With the knee strikes, making sure that we come off the heel as the knee goes up. Okay, so rear knee to start with. With the rear knee, you also want to recover and land back, just like with the push kick. So from here, rear knee, come back, straight back into stance, keeping the width. A few more times. Boop. Boop. You might find, what I see quite commonly is this happens on the rear knee, and we sort of land forward outside of the stance. This has got to do with your weight distribution and your lean. So you want to make sure that you have enough lean and your weight is behind the leg, the post leg, so that it pulls you back for recovery. If I don't have this lean and if I try to stay very upright, I'm not going to recover well. I'm going to be all here, it's going to be hard to come back. So again, play around with that lean and that weight distribution so you can come back straight away. You should feel tight here and you should feel stretched through that hip flexor of the post leg. Same applies when we do the switch. The switch is a little bit more difficult, but same thing. We still want to lean, we still want to feel that stretch and that tension here. So with the switch, this will help having that line there, switch. Again, we're still outside that line, knee, come back to our stance. Recovery on the switch, left foot back, right step back. This is fine. Or move forward, that's fine too, as long as we keep the width in the stance. A few left knees, that's what it looks like. This is a lean back version. This is land forward version. Keeping that width. Last one for the leg strikes are the kicks. With the kicks, you want to go through. With the kicks is the only strike that is going to look like you've missed the strike in shadow boxing. Okay, you miss the kick, land and recover back as fast as possible. So if I throw the right kick, the kick has 2 steps. Every time you throw a kick or a knee, there should be 2 steps. First step is your weight transfer. Second step is the actual kick. Okay? If you don't do a weight transfer, you'll be very off balance for the kick. So first, if I choose to do a step style kick, I'm going to step and shift the weight. Now you'll notice my weight is on this side of the center line. There's very little weight in the kicking leg. And after step 1, step 2 is the kick. Miss the kick, recover. Try to keep your eyes and head, fix the head on the target. So from here, boop, miss, come back to our stance. Again, step, kick, come back nice and fast. This is focused shadow boxing. It's not wrong to spin all the way around, but that's not focused shadow boxing. That's like warm up, loose style. Maybe I will start warm up, spin, no problem. But if you want to be focused, you have to be zoned in on a focal point. You can't spin around comfortably, okay? If I don't stab and I like to do a skip style kick, this is the same technique. I'm going to shift the weight, kick, land back. put some urgency into the recovery. It's just as important, if not more important, than the actual kick itself, okay? Left kick, same concept. I'm gonna switch. My weight is now on this side of the center line, very little in that leg. I'm gonna shoot over, oh, recover, 2 steps. Take a little bit longer to recover on that left kick. Recover. Recover. On to the last part, which will be upper body strikes, boxing and elbows. Look, most of you already know the techniques, so we won't spend too much time breaking down the technique. Just maybe like a lot of the common mistakes with the techniques, and we'll give you a bit more of a drill to work. So like if you can have the X on the ground, this will help. We can develop some drills with that. Okay, so the main mistake that happens is the lean with the punches. So if you have a mirror, this might help too, so you can sort of see if you're leaning in and leaning. Like, basically, we want to maintain the posture here, and the body, the head stays fixed, and the body swivels around the spine, sort of. The spine stays centered. We don't lean in for the punch. I stay here and I just rotate the body, okay? For any punches, hooks, uppercuts, all techniques. That head should stay fixed there, for basic punches, yeah? Now, we can incorporate it with some footwork. So a good advancing drill will be just stepping with the jab. Rear foot will come in. Step jab, come in. Step jab. Step back. Up, up. If you do have this cross on the floor, bring yourself here, and then you can start stepping left, throwing some strikes, up, stepping right, cross, step back, 1, 2, step with the punch, up, up, step off, up, putting together some combos. Interchangeable with elbows, same technique. I still want to keep that spine centered, fixed. I don't want to lean with the strikes. I don't want to lean forward. I want to stay here. The footwork gives me my range. Up, up, back, jab, step back, cross, step with the elbow, side step, cross, up, back, up, boom, boom. So again, anytime that you look down, you should have that width. The main thing to do with the line is that we don't end up stepping on the line. So check. You'll see what happened there. I wasn't on the ball. Up, yeah, elbow. Up. Again, later when you get a bit more comfortable, you do it a bit more dynamic. Up. Step back. Up. Step. Up. Step. And so yeah, having that there gives you a bit more of a structure to doing your boxing, shadow techniques, elbows.
They can do angles as well, can't they?
Yeah,
yeah.
You can do angles too. Nothing stops you from, as you're working through, you get to that center point, angle off, up, elbow, angle back, jab 1, come back, up, easy, boom, So yeah, isolate and do 1 for a whole 5 minutes if you want, or you can break it up, 2, 2, 2, or up to you. If you feel like you need to work on a few more than the others, do that for the whole 5 minutes, either way.